Today I have it's an Mark 5 Jungle Carbine of Farkasley manufacture. I bought this from a dealer in Brisbane, oh God, a couple of years ago now. I knew it was in bad nick when I bought it, but when I got it, it only had the forestock, the handguard, and it had a funny little thing attached to the front up here that looked as though it may have housed a something for a spotlight or something. But anyway, that little bracket come off and got chucked to the shit house. No one's told me that it was really a rare part yet, so I don't feel bad about that. Anyway, that front ring there was extremely rusted, and when I took it off, it just broke there, and I ended up throwing it in the garbage because it was like a pussy hair thick. It was useless. So I got it. It didn't come with a buttstock, that was gone, so that's a repo one. But I have come across one in America. It comes with a somewhat rusted back piece, whatever the hell that's called, and a newish but not perfect like this one rubber recoil pad. That is a laughable thing to call this because it has no recoil reducing ability whatsoever. It actually makes it worse, I reckon. They are a horrible little gun. They are loud, they are abusive to the firer because of nasty little recoils. It's nothing like a 375 Holland and Holland or something like that, but it is nasty for what it is, and noisy. So, oh yeah, and there's this flash hider. I'm not taking it out of the plastic bag because it's soaking in oil. There's the front ring that goes there, and I think that's going to need some work, but this bloke in Sydney who I'm taking it to, he's good at repairs. I'm hoping he can repair that because they're quite expensive, those little bits of wood. And yeah, it didn't come with a magazine. That's off a number 4. It's off a number 4 that hasn't got any marking. This hasn't got any markings on it whatsoever, so it should be all right. There's a little bit of rust there you can see, but hopefully T-Bone in Sydney should be able to do something with that. When I got it, it was incredibly rusty, like underneath the action here. I'm not going to pull it apart to show you the devastation under there, but it was incredibly rusty. And the barrel, the old flash reducer, muzzle suppressant, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm the only person in the world who calls them a flash suppressant, from what I can make out. It was that rusty. It when I put this in the corner nose down, it actually bent. So it was like a millimetre or less thick. Anyway, it's been in the recycle bin. And that there is a repo one. But I come across, after I bought this, a genuine one. So that's on its way here, and I think that's at the post office waiting for me this morning, so I'll pick that up before I go to Sydney. And money for a new barrel, because the barrel on this thing was absolutely gutted. So whoever owned it must have just fired a couple of shots through it and then just stood it in the corner and just let it rust. So anyway, when I got the barrel taken off this, and it was a disaster because the barrel was that tight, it had to have a groove cut in the barrel to release the pressure off the action, which that's the end of the barrel. The barrel's fucked, it's gone. Once that happened, I could get the action into the pot and boil it up, and I got most of the rust off it. And it doesn't look too bad now, but holy fuck, it looked bad back then. That bolt, it's off a number 4 Farkasley, because the bolt that was on it, it was utterly devastated. Like this, the little, what do you call these? I guess you'd call them a palm something, whatever. It's just part of the bolt handle. It was so badly rusted. It had like 2mm deep pitting in it. So anyway, I did that to my other gunsmith in Uralla, Hello Adrian, if you're listening. You might find a home for it. It was a genuine number 5. Not that you'd know, it's too bloody rusty. So anyway, this one's going to Sydney because I have a buyer for it in Sydney, and I'm going to just put it in there. I pay for the barrel, and which is $620, which is a lot of money for a barrel, but well, that's what you got to pay. So it's a number 4 barrel that just gets turned down into a number 5, and he's going to put the flash suppressor on it, and it'll be brand new then. And I've got, as I said, I've got a replacement for this coming. I got it from a who was it? Can't remember. One of those gun shops in America. Can't remember. Sarco, I think, or one of them. So that's it. It's off today. Hopefully he'll be able to repair that woodwork. That would be nice, because I don't want to have to buy another bit, because these replacement bits are about $150, and I've spent enough on this fucking thing. Yeah, it's probably cost me $1,000 so far, and it's probably $1,600 with the barrel. And then all the parts that I bought from America, like just little bits and pieces like that. Anyway, I'll stop moaning about the price. It's been saved at this point, and I'll wrap it up. What I will do is I'm making this video before it goes to Sydney, because I think I've got a buyer for it. If it falls through and I'm stuck with the damn thing, I'll make another video of when it's finished. Tom T-Bone, he who is a shipwright, who has turned gunsmith, but that's a story for another day. He is going to he'll blast the metalwork. He'll re-blue it. He does hot bluing, and while it's not actually perfect, but probably about as close as you're going to get these days, and it does look good. And that there is damn rusty. But as I was reading about these things, because they were stored mostly muzzle down, water got behind these and the wood rusted out. And once they were rusted out, it just become floppy. So they just cut them and sanded it back to make it look nicer. And that's how you see a lot of them today. You won't see many with that steel bit on the front, which is why I've decided to keep it. Now that's it. If I do get it back, I shall make another video for you. Oh, the other thing about these things is all its serial numbers and everything. Oh God, look at that gap. That's fucking shocking. It's all stenciled there. Now, I'm not even going to zoom in to show you, because I can't even see it. It's, oh yeah, there it is. Fuck no, you need a magnifying glass and some strong light to actually make it out. But that's how you can tell it's a number 5. It is actually written in there. Oh, I can see its serial number, and it's got Mark. Looks like Mark. Fuck if I know. Anyway, that's it. Very nice.